This video is about how I mocked up a design for the kitchen. And as you know, it's based on the Henri Rousseau jangles. This program is called Sketchbook, and it works with lots of layers, which I find very useful for building up the design. And what it's also going to be useful for is deconstructing the design in a way that's going to help me when I come to paint. So I played around with the layers and with the plants, and I was quite happy with this. Now let me show you as the layers control. So these layers at the top, I've already I don't want them, so there's a little line through the eye, and that means you can't see them, so we're ignoring those. But what I will show you is what happens if I start hiding these layers. So if I click on the eye, did you see this disappeared? So these layers are at the top, which means they're further forward. So they will be painted last. So what I'm going to do is slowly peel back the layers. And then you will see that I will get right back to the base colour, which is the colour I'm going to paint on the walls before I start. There's a lot of layers, and this is going to be so useful when I come to paint. So this is my base layer. I shouldn't have actually painted on it, but sometimes working with so many layers you do get confused. But this is showing you that the base colour for the walls in the kitchen are going to be going from this very, very pale blue through to greenish pale blue through to a dark green. So I'll do that over the entirety of the kitchen. Then the next layer I'm going to paint are these ferns in the background. Now what I've done is I've drawn a fern and then I've copied and pasted it to get lots of ferny ferns. When I come to paint in the kitchen, obviously each fern will be different, but it will take this place in the design. Obviously that I changed my mind about. Then I'm going to put some larger, brighter ferns, or stronger colour green ferns further forward. Then a sort of tree form. So I will start with the underlying structure, which again will look more sophisticated than this when I paint it. And then I will cover it with leaves. Then further forward again, I'm going to have these lime green ferns, which I'm going to just mute the colour down slightly with some shading. Then I'm going to start on the grasses that are low and at the front. And again, the more variegation you can put, the more lively things will look. Oops. So some whitey green. Where am I up to? Now I think I decided I didn't like that layer of grass, so I'll leave that out. That's a sort of grey blue. So you can see it building up now. And that is the finished look. Now, as it's all hand painted, no area of the kitchen will be the same as the next area. But I hope you can see that by following these layers, I have a workflow planned, so that I don't have to figure out what I'm doing and sort of think really hard. I can just work my way around the kitchen, doing it layer by layer until I've built it up. This is a very intuitive kind of program, sketchbook. It's a bit like Coral. Is it like Coral Sketch? I think it's called. And it's got brushes that you can select. Window, where have all the brushes gone? I got rid of them to clear the space. Brush library, there we are. So you can see all these brushes, which are really very versatile, and there's pretty much everything you need. One of my favourite things is the airbrush, because you get lovely graduation of colour, and that looks like this one here, or this one here. You can have pointy brushes, thin brushes, thick brushes, flat brushes, metallic brushes, pens of all types. You can get sort of textured infill. It doesn't do pencil as well as some programs, but it does have lots of different pencils. It's got rubbers, and again this works well with a tablet, which you saw me using if you watched my video about another program, Illustrator. So a graphic tablet is a great way of being able to draw with a pen a bit, in a much more natural way. You couldn't do it with a mouse. So I hope that's been of interest to you, and I will have this with me while I paint as a constant reference, and hopefully you'll be able to see how useful it is. Okay, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.